So I've kind of been fighting a little bit of allergies, and so I'll help and kind of conduct some of this stuff. But what we might want to do is we'll kind of switch back and forth as far as who's going where and who's talking and that type of stuff. Okay. So this morning, just to kind of give you a refresher, if you will, Jake, and there's other people who are online with us too, but what we're going to do is just kind of lightly review what we did this morning. We started out, like people just slowly trickled in, so we started out talking about different tools and how we sometimes break different tools and like what are the advantages of certain tools, like say our mind or pens and paper, and then getting into word processing. And we actually had Tony kind of show us a little bit about database stuff and how things are stored, and he's a rock climber, and so we jumped into a database, and he actually was showing us a bunch of different little pieces of the puzzle, like just for instance, like we actually set up physically like as if we were simulating like a climber table and a location table and then linking it to routes, and then the linker table was which climber to which route, and kind of talking some one-to-many relationship type stuff. But because we did that little demo, we actually ended up going into Adilas, and we were in a demo site, so we actually took the name customers and we changed it into climbers just for fun, kind of like as a setting type thing. So what we did here is when you actually click on it, you can see how it says the word climber. And if like what we do with the settings is the customers, some people don't have customers. They might have patients or students or clients or whatever. So we allow people to change some of these different pieces of the puzzle. Just so you can kind of see it, this is one simple page. Watch how many times we use the word climber instead of customer. We just kind of cascade it through the whole system. I'll go Control F, and I'll go CLIMB. Okay? So everywhere that it says climb actually would have said customer or client or whatever, but we cascade these things throughout everything. So if you actually go to somebody, we enter Tony in here. When you go here, all of a sudden, even right here, it's saying climbers, and like it starts, add a new climber, like we cascade these things through all over the place. So we were kind of talking what we call one-to-many relationships, which is kind of how databases are done. But what ends up happening is as you change it once, you can virtually cascade it out through the rest of the system. So we touched on one of close to 100 settings that we even have, and like we haven't even talked permissions as far as who gets to do what or whatever, but like, it kind of makes it fun because it turns into a dynamic platform that way. So, Shannon, what was something else that we kind of did this morning, just as a recap?
We went over tools, what tools we use and what the benefits of various tools are and how they help us, but then also limitations to tools or circumstances where they don't work or where they break or various things. So we went through quite a few tools and kind of progressed from our mind and where we start through paper and pencil to word processing spreadsheets and kind of end up talking about cloud, web.
Awesome. And Joe from Colorado, he was actually communicating with us. He's going to a seminar. Joe is basically a rep for Adilas, and he sells different things, and he's kind of trying to get like some of the loaded for bear, if you will, like, okay, what are the benefits of going cloud versus software versus IT versus some of these different things. So we are kind of debating some different things like that. What do you think, Tony? What else did we cover? You guys want to see Tony? Watch this. Click here. City of Rocks, Colossus. If you can't see it, leg, big old cave. Reaching for that big old one way up there. So going large. On the hot end of the rope right there, too. So that's good. That's
my draw is that one. Like, if you look
right there.
No. Oh, well, that's the next. The next clip is, I think, somewhere around where, up there. But look down at my.
Right there.
Yeah, that's where the draw is. Okay. So if I fell, I wouldn't fall that far.
No, that's a pretty clean fall. That's good.
So, but if you look at the route, I'm about 60 feet up in the air right now.
Correct. So you've got some hard climbing even just to get to there. But this is good granite. It's a City of Rocks, good stuff. So we were just kind of playing, and one of the fun things about this picture was just to kind of bring you up to speed a little bit, Jake. Like Shannon was doing the demo. She added Tony, and actually if you come back here to his log, we actually added a bunch of climbs that he did. We used some FlexGrid, and we created virtually like our own little miniature database. Just right out of the box, like no special coding, no nothing. Boom, boom, boom. We're able to kind of record these things. Here's some of the climbs that he does, ratings, where they're located at, potential notes. Like, we were just starting to kind of connect some stuff. And Shannon didn't have the photo, but Tony did. So he logged in and actually added the photo in. And so we were just kind of playing. Those are some of the benefits of web as far as how it goes in lots of different directions. Then we started selling some stuff. So Tony, what did we do when we were selling some things?
We looked at some of the e-commerce. We sold some candy bars.
Cool. And it was just kind of sample data type stuff. But
we looked a little bit at the external customer interface as well as the internal invoice interface and how things are done. We added we did some purchase orders, and brought in some new inventory, got some quicks.
nice,
Kind of
nice.
an important item to have in stock.
Correct. So right here, Costco received order $25, and if we go click on this thing, here's this Twix right there. You got 50 new Twix in, but we already sold some. So I bet you if we were to check the usage of this bad boy,
Sure.
it would actually kind of let us know exactly where we're at as far as our quantities. Okay, so it's like Tony bought 5 of the 50 that he already brought in. So. He's a little Twix lover. So anyway, that's kind of starts getting into light inventory tracking and such.